It's a girl. A young couple stare lovingly into the depths of each other's eyes, hearts swelling with love and pride. They fight back tears, filled with an overwhelming sense of happiness, awe, wonder. A daughter. It was a dream. It's a girl. Elsewhere, a young couple can't bring themselves to meet the other's eyes. They couldn't bear it. The shame, the heartbreak. They fight back tears, filled with an overwhelming sense of disappointment, anger, pain. Two completely different but very real worlds. Two completely different but very real reactions. The same situation, different cultural contexts. Ladies and gentlemen, we are fortunate enough to be able to label the second scenario as alien in our society, in our little corner of the globe. But many people across the world are unable to claim the same. They know no different. To a shockingly large number of people who walk this earth, women are, simply put, inferior. In these scenarios, 3 words are spoken, but only one is heard. Girl. The lesser of the two sexes, useless, burdensome, menial. Why would such human beings need more rights than they already have? The answer is in the question. 2 simple words. Human beings. Or even just the one word. Equality. I invite you to see life as a puzzle. Every aspect of life is represented by a puzzle piece, and in order to complete the puzzle and see the image that it depicts, you must have all the pieces. In many areas, girls are denied one vitally important part of the puzzle that is life. The centerpiece, education. Every other aspect branches from this one piece, and at this very moment in time, 70% of the world's 130 million children that are being denied an education are female. This is unacceptable. What would the world look like if all girls were given the same opportunities, the same rights as their male counterparts? A question that some people, in fact many people, would scoff at and quickly dismiss. To those people I say this: the education of a girl has an impact not only on her own life, but on all of society. Educated women are up to 70% less likely to die in childbirth. What's more is that when women are educated, they begin to feel empowered, capable of making their own decisions. They begin to chase careers outside of the typical domestic duties they are expected to perform and are less likely to marry at an early age. They begin to have fewer but healthier children. They are enabled to take control of their own lives and work at the society they live in, which is something they are restricted from doing when kept at home, a servant to their husbands, obeying their every whim, simply because their society knows no different. These people, these women, haven't been armed with the most powerful tool of development, the centerpiece of their jigsaw: education. Once women receive that centerpiece of the puzzle, they can begin to build around it, slotting into place piece by piece by piece. They begin to follow their dreams, become anyone they want. However, in the workplace, they have all but overcome all obstacles. Once freed from their typical domestic duties, women need to grit their teeth together before fighting yet another battle, that of unequal pay. Women in many areas are denied the right to be paid the same as their male colleagues for doing the same amount of work for the same length of time. Ask yourselves, is this fair? I challenge you to see the reason why this is in no way fair or beneficial to anyone, even an employer. We can see in our society and other well-developed countries that when women are treated as equals in the workplace, it inspires mutual respect and understanding amongst colleagues working together. This allows for smoother communication and cooperation, which in turn results in working men and women being a lot happier and hence more productive in their work. These people, the working generation, are the people that shape our society, the future of today's children. And in order for us to be able to give our children the best possible quality of life, it is essential that women everywhere are treated as equals in every aspect of their working environment. Now, reverting back to our puzzle analogy, everyone knows that the first thing you do when you set about assembling a jigsaw is identify the corners. They are essential pieces of the puzzle because they allow you to build around them. They give you a starting point, a basis. In terms of women's rights, a life free of violence and abuse is the literal embodiment of such a corner piece. In certain regions around the world, it is common practice for husbands to beat their wives, abuse them, punish them if they have done wrong in his eyes. Women are completely at the mercy of the dominant male figure in their lives, whether it is their father, their brother, or their husband. Women are trained to do what a male-dominated society expects of them. Women are beaten into submission, beaten both mentally and physically. Many young girls and women break, and they are told how to heal, told how to behave, what to become. They are forcefully molded to standards set before them. Even in Ireland, where we have laws protecting our citizens against such violence, 1 out of every 5 women is abused by her partner. For a country considered developed, to present statistics as shocking as this fills both you or I with horror at what that might mean in terms of the rest of the world. Now, what is the solution to this problem? Is there even a point in trying to introduce laws in certain countries to protect the rights of a woman to a life free of violence and abuse? Absolutely. These laws act as a basis, a cornerstone upon which society can build. People won't change their ways overnight. People won't disregard their views simply because of the introduction of a new set of laws. But these laws hold the power to set into motion a chain of events, one which will in all likelihood result in a change in the way society as a whole thinks and operates. Once a woman is able to live her life free of fear, the fear of the very people who are meant to love and support her, she is free to develop into the strong and independent woman that she is meant to be, who can change her world for the better, as opposed to the sullen, submissive slave, cleaning the house, cooking the food, raising the children. Women should be given confidence, the ability to make their own decisions regarding their lives, and the opportunity to provide strong female role models for their children. Women can't change the world if they're not allowed to. They can't change the world if they're never allowed to believe they can. Some 100 million fewer women are alive today than could be expected through the natural patterns of birth and survival in infancy. And this is a reflection of yet another gap in the jigsaw puzzle: healthcare. It is a reflection of girls' lesser access to nutrition, medication, and immunization. In some areas, girls aren't even given the chance to be born if parents find out the baby they're expecting is a girl. In some horrifying situations, women are even forced to have abortions. A woman with no say in her health or that of her child. If that does not appall you, I don't know what will. Many women and children are forced to live with the consequences of not having access to these rights. Their quality of life is lowered. Many women die deaths which could have been prevented had they received the proper medical treatment. Childbirth, a leading cause of death in young women in underdeveloped areas. Infant mortality, a major contributor to the number of children that die each day simply because they didn't receive the nutrition they needed from their mother. HIV, a drastic problem that affects so many women, a huge portion don't even know they have it. What do all the aforementioned issues have in common? They are preventable. Once a woman receives the proper health care she needs, she doesn't need to worry about herself or her family as intensely. When in receipt of adequate nutrition, she can fully develop herself, becoming stronger. Children are born stronger and healthier and are subjected to less health risks. This allows for the improvement in the quality of life of an entire population, all brought about by the protection of a woman's health. Ladies and gentlemen, the furthering of women's rights is fundamental. It is vitally important if we want to develop the world in which we live in. They give women power, confidence, and self-respect. They give women hope, opportunities, and strength. They provide a foundation which offers support, something they can build on. It allows them the choice to fight for what they believe in, to fight for causes that improve the society they live in. Once they don't have to fight for themselves, they can fight for others. The rights of women inspire people to review their opinion on the status of women. Women's rights give women a voice. If we let our societies continue to be male-dominated, we will continue to oppress women, essentially dehumanizing them. In order to achieve a world in which there is balance and harmony, we need to act. We need to realize our flaws. We need to make sure that women are given all the pieces they need to finish their jigsaw. Even in the most well-developed areas, there are many issues which society needs to focus on to improve. But in the poorest and least developed areas, we have so much to work at, it's hard to know where to even begin. But to me, it is crystal clear that the first step that needs to be taken is to further women's rights, because, as in the words of Malala Yousafzai, we cannot all succeed when half of us are held back. Therefore, we can't improve the quality of life of anyone if we don't work together, if we don't give each other the opportunity to work towards a better world. We have to make sure that everyone gets the opportunity to complete their jigsaw.